Hello friends, welcome to Testing Shala YouTube channel. In this video, I'll be discussing about negative test cases which you can write for any e-commerce websites. So I'm going to provide in detailed negative test cases which are very crucial or very important top test cases which you can also consider while writing negative test cases for your applications. So before we proceed further to discuss on which are those 10 negative test cases, if you guys have not subscribed to Testing Shala YouTube channel till now, then please click on subscribe and bell icon so that all our future videos will be in your inbox as in when we publish our new videos. So let us move on to understand the first one is where we'll be testing the text with the special characters. Let's say a description is allowing to take any special characters, then it should allow. Then certain text fields doesn't take any special characters. That is where, so based on the requirements, so whatever the requirements you have in your application, based on that you should validate whether you should accept the special characters or you should not accept the special characters. So that kind of test cases you should validate. The second thing is data validations with the error message. If you can see here, right, here the title field where we are entering the title, but if it is more than 100 characters, so the limit is 100 characters here, but I have entered 144. That means, see if you can see, right, the complete text box is getting highlighted in a red color. So that means it is throwing an error message. So based on your requirement, you should validate whether after taking 100 characters, whether an error message actually should pop up or it should show some highlighted text or highlighted boxes. It should show based on your requirements. That is also second type of test cases you should validate. The third one is field data type. If you can see here, right, so basically I should have uploaded a JPEG. JPEG is a standard format for uploading an image. So what I did here is, rather than uploading an image, I uploaded a MP4 file. MP4, which is a video file. Now when I try to import an MP4, then it is saying the file is not an image. Are you getting it right? So rather than the specific data type, if I try to do a different data type, let's say integer is a data type. If I enter some date field data there, then it should not accept. So basically every field should be validated appropriately so that it can take that kind of value only for that application. Then the fourth is field size validation. The field size also I just spoke about. If the field size is 100 characters, if it is field size is 100 characters, basically it should not allow to enter anything after 100 characters. That should happen, but here they are allowing to enter they are allowed to enter whatever the number of characters, but they are trying to highlight that text field that there is an error is there. So whatever the based on your requirement, you should validate whether you should give an error message or you should highlight or you should limit the data to be accepted in this field only up to 100 characters. That is the field size validation you should make as part of your negative test cases. Then let us move on to the fifth case is boundary value validation. The boundary value validations also, there are various boundary conditions you can validate. Let's say username cannot be more than 20 characters, or even password cannot be more than 8 characters or less than 8 characters. Various combinations of username, password and your email ID also you can validate with the different boundary conditions just to ensure that we do right testing here. So boundary means if there is a number ranging from 0 to 100, that means you should validate -1 before 0, then after 100. So that time also you should take that kind of values with the right error messages. Similarly, you can adopt all those validations in any of the text fields when you're performing your test case writing. Then the sixth is date bound validation. So there are certain places, let's say the new event creation, if you are trying to perform a validation here, the start date cannot be an old date because we are trying to create a new event. Either the event can be created, will happen today, or it may happen tomorrow, or it may happen after 10 days. But event cannot be happening in previous day year. You cannot create an event like that. So in this kind of situation, this field, this start field cannot be less than current date, cannot be less than current date. Similarly, end date also cannot be less than current date. So that is the kind of validations you should make. That is called as a date bound validation, where event cannot be created before the current date, because that is not logically correct. So based on, again, based on your requirement also, you should validate appropriately for the field date fields. Then the seventh is roles authorization and authentication validation. This is very crucial test cases. Whenever you are trying to log in into the user application, basically based on the authorization or authentication, you should see appropriate functionality after he logs in. Let's say the person who logs in as a test lead, you can only see certain functionality. If the same application is logged in by the manager, then you should see additional features compared to your test lead. Then senior manager, if he logs into the same application, you should see test lead's functionality as well. Then you should see manager's functionality as well, and senior manager will have his own features as well. In the similar way, the company director. So company director can see everybody's functionality, plus he is having his own authorization functionality. That is how the roles and the responsibility of the application. Based on that, the application should be visible and application functionalities should be visible. That is the validation you should make. Then the eighth is web session management, because every login it should create a separate sessions or cookies, just to see to that if I try to log in one browser, then I try to log in a different browser, then it should say this already session has been created and you cannot log in with the similar ID. Where there is a tracking of session management happens, all those test cases you should validate, ensure that no multiple sessions are happening with the same user ID. Same user cannot log in multiple places. Again, this requirement is also based on your requirement. If your requirement says that it can be logged in, then it can be logged in. If your requirement says that once I logged out one of the session, then it should log out all the sessions. So again, that is again based on your requirement. If the requirement says like that, then please create test cases for that aspects as well. Then the ninth type of test cases which you can write negatively here is date validations. There are many things which are in the dates, like let's say October 31st I cannot enter, February 31st I cannot enter. Even if I try to enter any of these fields, with inappropriate dates, then you should not be allowed to enter the dates which are inappropriate as per the calendar. So that is a negative test cases you should create. Similarly, the last test cases is, normally these days we can log into any application, any e-commerce application, using any of the third-party login authentication or authorization, such as, even if I have Facebook credential, I can log into the application, Instagram or YouTube or Google or WhatsApp, any of these logins you have, still you can, using these login credentials, still you can log into your e-commerce application. If you see, you can log in with any of those credentials, even in Amazon or Flipkart or where as a third-party integrations, because it makes it a common login for all these applications. So even that time also you should validate different kinds of test cases just to ensure that it really works as expected. At least now you got a clear idea for a given e-commerce applications, what are the various negative test cases which you can write. These are the some of the top 10 test cases which I can talk about, which are negative test cases which you can go and write for your e-commerce application. I'm hoping this video was very useful for you to understand what all the different types of negative test cases you can write. If you really liked this video, then please give a thumbs up to this video. If you guys are not subscribed to Testing Shala YouTube channel till now, then please click on subscribe and bell icon so that all our future videos will be in your inbox as and when we publish our new videos. Thanks for watching this video. Bye for now. Take care.